Hello everyone, I am Lakshmi Manasa, currently pursuing my BTech degree in the stream of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at Prasadgi Potluri Siddhartha Institute of Technology. Today I am really very excited to explain the topic which is related to my branch, that is the life cycle of machine learning. Think you find this PPT very interesting and engaging. So let's delve into the topic. There are 8 different steps in the life cycle of machine learning. The very first step is framing of the problem and then data collection, exploring and visualization of that collected data, preparing the data for ML algorithms, selecting a model and training it, evaluation, fine-tuning of that trained data, and at last deploying and maintaining the system. So let's talk in depth further about these 8 different processes in the life cycle of machine learning. When I heard of life cycle of machine learning, the very first thought I got is to compare the life cycle of machine learning with human life cycle. The first step in ML life cycle is framing the problem, which is similar to birth and vision of human life cycle. This is nothing but forming the physical structure of the human body. Framing the problem means forming the abstract or overview of the goal which is required, or like what we desire. The second step is getting the data, compare it to childhood learning in human phase. See, if you wanted to learn the topic of, let's say, probability and statistics, first of all, you have to gather the topic of what are numbers, the different types of number systems, and the basic stuff of logic, etc. The same way is getting the data, nothing but collecting the data related to the particular domain which we are dealing with. The third phase is exploring and visualizing the data compared with adolescent self-discovery. The fourth step is preparing the data, compare it to education and skill building. See, after 10th, you have different options like MPC, BIPC, CEC, MEC. So by 10th, you will get the basic idea and categorize what to choose further. This is nothing but preparing the data. The fifth stage is selecting a model and training it compared with early career and training. So you have completed intermediate and off intermediate, you will get a clear idea of what's your career is going to be. And the next step is evaluation. In human, you measure your impact and assess your success and improve where needed. The model's performance is also evaluated using real world data. And in the next seventh step, fine tuning the model, which is compared with growth and rebuilding oneself. As a human, you evolve, you adapt, and improve through life experience and challenges. In the same way, the model which we prepared is optimized through fine tuning and parameter adjustments. And at the last step, that is nothing but deploying and management of the system, which is compared with legacy and wisdom. As a human, you leave a mark on the world, share your wisdom, and adapt as needed. In the same way, the model is deployed, monitored, and updated further to maintain and to use for the real world applications. First phase is framing the problem. Framing the problem is the first and most important step in the machine learning life cycle. It involves defining the problem you're trying to solve in a way that makes sense for machine learning. In defining the framing the problem, you have to define mainly three steps. First thing is input, next output, and the type of the problem you are gonna solve it. Let's take an example of predicting the house prices. So here in this particular problem, the input is house features like the size, location, number of rooms, etc. And the output is nothing but predicting the house prices. The type of this problem is regression. It is a supervised learning. Supervised learning is categorized into two parts like regression, and we'll discuss about this in a later topic. Regression is nothing but a continuous number. This step ensures the model solves the right problem effectively. So the second step is collection of data. Collecting data is mainly based on the type of model you wanted to develop. Like if you wanted to develop a model related to health sector, then collect the data related to health sector. Or else you wanted to develop a model related to finance, then collect the data related to finance sector. Clarity on the domain is very much required to collect the data. There are three scenarios in data collection. The first scenario is data is readily available in a structured format. For example, you went to a university and you wanted to find the details of a student. So the details of a student is readily available in university database in a structured format. This is very simple. This is the first scenario. Let us consider second scenario where the data is available but not in a structured format. Let's say you wanted to collect the data related to shopping websites like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. In those websites, the data is available but not in a structured format. If you wanted to collect the data from those websites, we have to perform some operations like web scraping, filtration of the data, etc. The third scenario is data is not available anywhere. In this situation, do the experiment in small scale and convert this model to a large scale. But the third scenario is quite a bit time consuming. So this is the basic overview of our second step in our life cycle of machine learning. So the third step is explore and visualize the collected data. So the data is collected. Third step is exploration and visualization. Before discussing this topic, I will tell you about four terms. The four terms are data, database, data warehouses, and data lakes. The data is nothing but collection of facts about a real world entity. Database is nothing but collection of related data. Data warehouses are nothing but collection of related databases. Data lakes are nothing but collection of related data warehouses. So data, database, data warehouses, and then data lakes. These are the four connected sequential terms about data. So in this third step, we'll find the hidden patterns or what are the interrelations within the data. So this is the third step. So our fourth step in life cycle of machine learning is preparing data for machine learning algorithms. So what is this step is while collecting the data may consist of missing values, outliers, noisy data, unwanted data, and redundant data. If the data is not free from all the above things, the data may lose its quality. So to improve the quality of the data, pre-processing on the data is required. A transformation of data is performed for processing the data. Scaling, standardizing, or normalizing the data is also done during pre-processing. So in this fourth step, all the collected data is free from all the unwanted, what we say, unwanted or noisy data, and the data is ready to supply or to give input to the model. So now the data is readily available. Our next step is choose the model and train the model. In this step, there are two types of models. The first one is statistical model and then algorithmic model. The statistical model can be used when there are low dimensional data relationships. These are simple method models. When we are dealing with a simple data, we can go with statistical models. Algorithmic models are used when we wanted to establish relation between among many parameters. These are complex in nature. So when we are working with high dimensions, we can go for algorithmic models. So in this fifth step, we'll choose this the wanted data model we wanted, and we'll supply the already available data to this model. So our next step is a model evaluation process. Evaluation is the process of measuring performance of the model. I have to tell you one thing. Let's say we have data collected of which contains of 100 records. So in the previous fifth step, in this 100 records collected, we will use 70 records for training the model. And the remaining 30 records are used for model evaluation. We'll give these 30 records as input to the model, and we'll check how the model is generating the output for these uh, values we are supplied. Basically, top one accuracy is preferred. The formula for accuracy is number of correct predictions by total number of predictions. Using this process, we evaluate how efficiently the model is performing after we have trained it. So our seventh step is fine tuning of the model. If the required accuracy and precision is not achieved through evaluating the model, then we'll move to fine tuning the model. Fine tuning the model means making small adjustments to an already trained model to improve its performance on a specific task. This involves changing parameters, training with new data, or refining settings to get better results. Fine-tuning of the model is done to achieve better results. Let's say through evaluating the model, you got an accuracy and precision of 90%. By fine-tuning the model, you may achieve or you may increase its performance by 92% or 93%. So that is the advantage of this particular step. So our final step is deployment and maintenance. Deployment is nothing but putting the trained model into production so that it can be used in real world applications by every user. Maintenance involves monitoring the model's performance, updating it with new data, and ensuring continues to work well over time. Let us consider a model like a spam detection. In this particular model, deployment is nothing but bringing it to the users, whoever uses it. In this, maintenance is nothing but updating that particular model with new data. That's all. These are 8 steps of a life cycle of machine learning. So that's all for today. I think you have came to know what is what about life cycle of machine learning. Let's meet with another topic. Thank you.